The best way to approach your personal injury case is almost always like a reasonable middle ground approach. And I tell you what I mean by that. The ideal for me, I think, is the ideal client, because I'm a lawyer and I work for my clients. But the ideal approach is to take your case seriously and provide the information that's needed to move the case forward. Tell us what happened, give us background information, but don't obsess over it. A personal injury case should be a part of your life while it is pending, but not the centerpiece. We have encountered some clients who tend to obsess over their cases. That's not good for a couple of reasons. One, it's not a psychologically good space for someone to be in. You should have better things to worry about day in, day out than a personal injury case. Yes, go to the doctor and work to get better. Yes, provide the information that's needed. Yes, please cooperate with your lawyer, or if you represent yourself, gather the information that's needed to win the case. But the focus of a person's life ought to be on getting better if they've been injured, on their work to the extent they're still able to work, please do so, that's a good thing, and on family and friends, like the natural healthy things. Continue to have that as your focus. And on the other hand, of course, it's not helpful to ignore the case. If you're represented by our firm or another lawyer, there's some things the lawyer can't do without you. You'll have to give a deposition. You need to give authorization to send or responses to settlement offers. So there needs to be some level of involvement, both because that's psychologically better and it's better for the case. Obviously, the case needs some input from the client to get going, but there's another way to think about it too, and that is what juries and therefore insurance companies and defense lawyers think about clients. I remember a story one time. I was at a continuing legal education event and listening to one of Atlanta's longtime defense lawyers speak, who tried a bunch of cases. And he told a story of he was defending a case, that is, he was working for the insurance company and working against the person I would represent. He was working against the person who'd been injured. And he said that he was in a deposition, that is, taking evidence under oath from the person who'd been hurt and asking them about the injury. Now, the injury was to this guy's big toe. I don't remember how he hurt it, but his big toe was hurt. And the defense lawyer could see when he walked in the room, the guy was maybe limping a little bit, but not very much. And he sat down and they talked. He said, well, how does your injury affect you? Now here, some people would exaggerate and try to blow it out of proportion. Or some people would say, oh, it doesn't affect me at all. But this guy took a reasonable, true middle ground. He said, well, I mean, it hurts sometimes. And the question was, well, when does it hurt? He said, well, it hurts when I cut the grass. I have a push lawnmower, so I got to walk behind it. And it hurts, but you know what? I take a couple breaks and I can still get it done. And the defense lawyer said, okay, well, is there any other way it affects you than when you're cutting grass? The guy says, well, yeah, when I drive. And the lawyer says, all right, tell me about that. And the guy said, well, I drive a box truck for a living, and the injury's on my right foot. So if I use that foot to mash the accelerator pedal or hit the brake hard, it hurts real bad. But I can still work. I just throw my right foot over the center line of the vehicle, and then I just drive with my left foot, so I can do my job. And the defense lawyer went back and he told his insurance company, you better settle this case, because the jury is going to love that guy. Because he's tough, he's optimistic, he's trying to do what he can, but he's got a real injury. So that is, from a tactical or strategic perspective, the best approach for a client or someone who's been hurt to take. Move on with your life as best you can. Tell the truth, don't exaggerate, don't minimize. The truth will set you free.